The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be here on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, also on Amazon, Audible, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful gentleman based out of Houston, Texas. He was a former lead guitarist of the Drugstore Gypsies. They've appeared on the cover of the Rolling Stone, which is inspired by Dr. Hook. And I mean, if anybody gets on the Rolling Stone, they're about to make it to places. He's gone solo recently, and this wonderful guitarist who will be just chatting away here will be playing one of his songs at the end of the audio interview. So this is a video version, and the audio version will be playing one of his songs. And he'll goes by the name of Starliner, and we're going to find out why. This guy's never satisfied, but some are as well. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful Houston, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, Starliner's Dillan Dostal. Dillan, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
Hey, we're doing great. And by the way, for you video fans, we love your Van Halen shirt, a tribute to Eddie Van Halen, one of the great guitarists who passed away recently, and paying homage as well, too, to the great Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, I thought I'd pay a little homage to him. He was, influence to all of us, especially guitar players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we'll talk more about the influence as well, too. So you're the former lead guitarist of the Drugstore Gypsies. You guys are based out of East Texas. You were on the cover of Rolling Stone. You actually did some tours as well, too, and you all put out some music. And right now you've also gone solo, and you go by just Starliner. And first, before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started.
Playing music, I got a guitar for Christmas, a little acoustic one year, and I just started messing around with it on my own and kind of picking up some stuff by ear. And I eventually asked my parents for electric, and they got me one and some lessons, and just played every day since then.
That is amazing. And what was that one moment that precisely influenced you into what you're doing today? This is basically Was it one moment that says, this is what I want to do for my career?
The moment that always comes to mind is my mom got me a DVD of AC/DC live at Donington, and I played that thing over and over and over again. I would literally wear out copies of them, and that's how I learned to play is playing that whole concert, and just seeing that huge crowd. That's the moment that comes to mind when I really decided that's what I want to do.
And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, and musicians and guitarists growing up besides Eddie Van Halen we were talking about?
Yeah, I grew up on classic rock, 70s and 80s. The radio, and pretty much any classic rock band you can think of. AC/DC, Van Halen, Stones, Beatles, the list goes on,
Uh-huh. And of course, we'll talk about your time with the Drugstore Gypsies and your latest single. We'll talk about that and more. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter as well. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show on many of the 25 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon and Audible. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Dillan Dostal, former lead guitarist of the Drugstore Gypsies from Houston, Texas, now known as Starliner here on the Mike Wagner Show. Before we talk about your time with the Drugstore Gypsies and more, what was it like for you growing up in Houston, Texas, playing music there?
Pretty normal. I played in bands since I was 9 or 10 years old. Right when I started playing, that's what I wanted to do right away, was playing a band. So I got together with some friends and we just started jamming right away, and been doing it ever since. That's how I grew up, playing music.
Mm-hmm. And also, you play with the Drugstore Gypsies, and tell us how you guys got started, got together, and some of your music you guys put out.
Yeah, we got started back in 2014, I want to say, and it was just the next band for me. It was a band that I was in was kind of breaking up, and me and one of the other guys got together with found some other people, and we played for about 5 years, and put out a couple albums, and it sounds like straight up rock and roll, Stones, Aerosmith kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And tell us about your albums as well too, and what are some of the songs that got featured on Spotify and all the major platforms?
Like I said, we put out two albums, and there was one called Breaking the Law that got featured in Rolling Stone. It's a real kind of Rolling Stones sounding song. It was all straight up rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. And then you also broke his way too and became Starliner, and you got a new song out there called Never Satisfied. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. I had the plan to go out on my own, and recorded some songs, and this is the first one, and I got some more music coming really soon. But this one, it's a real kind of feel good, sing along anthem type song, and I'm real proud of it.
And what are some of the songs that you plan on releasing under Starliner?
Well, the next one coming out, it'll probably be out by the end of this month. Actually, it's called 2020, but it's like 20/20, like 2020 vision. And then I got an EP coming out later on this year too.
Mm-hmm. And what do you base most of your lyrics on when it comes to your music?
Pretty, at least for this stuff I'm releasing this year, it's pretty autobiographical, I'd say. But it's also kind of there's some like kind of spacey kind of themes to it. That's kind of how why I chose the name Starliner. But yeah, it's for the most part it's like just about my life, and I think that's the easiest thing to write about. But I think it can be applied to anyone. I think anyone can take their own take on it.
Uh-huh. And where can we find your music at?
Anywhere you get music, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, yeah, anywhere you get your music, it'll be there.
Okay. All right. And then we'll talk about what's coming up for you as well, too. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Dillan Dostal, best known as Starliner, here on the Mike Wagner Show, former lead guitarist of the Drugstore Gypsies, also from Houston, Texas. Has a song out called Never Satisfy. You can find on Spotify and other major platforms. We'll be playing the song at the end of the audio interview for those listening to the audio version of the Mike Wagner Show. And just a couple of things, Dillan, as well, too. We like to have you back on with more music and, more touring and everything else for 2021. And what are some of your plans coming up for next year and beyond?
Well, hopefully touring next year. But I did have a tour planned for this year, but obviously it got canceled. But I want to tour as soon as possible and put out more music as often as I can. I'm writing every day, so I want to put out as much music as I can and tour as much as I can.
And of course, with you, recording music, playing music, and everything else being Starliner, what are some of the things were you doing during the pandemic?
Just writing and working on. I mean, it's not a bad time to put out music. I mean, because people are on their phones a lot more, I think, and on the computer. So I think putting out music and just writing is really all you can really do as a musician right now. I mean, I do find some little gigs that I can play, like not as Starliner, but just, I play if someone wants to call and have me on guitar or whatever, I can go do that.
Any plans on doing live shows by Zoom, Skype, or Facebook or anything like that?
I've thought about it. So I haven't played any, this is the first year that I'm, actually have a solo career. So I don't really want to start off playing shows that way. I'd like, the first show to be a, real live in-person show. But, if this stuff keeps continuing on to next year, then, I'll probably do that.
Okay. All right. We're looking forward as well, too, Dillan. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Oh, man. I have to go with AC/DC because that that live DVD that Live at Donington. That's really what made me decide that I want to be a musician. But I got to mention Eddie Van Halen too as a guitar player. He's an influence to every guitar player that came after him. So, but yeah, I take influences from everything. I grew up on classic rock, but lately I've been getting into more, kind of pop stuff and really just everything. I like all kinds of music and try to take a little stuff from everything.
That's very interesting as well, too. Could find you at Donington one day. Who knows? But and what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
As a musician, I would just say, just keep playing, do what you love. If you love what you do, then you'll be successful.
That sounds very interesting. Once again, Dillan Dostal, best known as Starliner, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Dillan, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And love to have you play live one day for us as well. And before we go here, we'd love to have you back and tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people check out your music?
Yeah, got more music coming really soon. Like I said, by the end of this month, the next single will be out. Then the EP will be coming out soon after. But yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
That's amazing. Once again, Dillan of Starliner, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2020 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. We'd love to have you play live one day.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.